Hi, it's Mike from Vox Political here, and I've got something to say. And if you think I'm right to say it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Right, let's get straight into it. The Prime Minister has made a terrifying statement after the Southport murderer admitted his crimes, but Keir Starmer's warning about a new terror threat is wrong. The UK cannot be facing a new wave of terrorism from, as he described it, loners, misfits, young men in their bedrooms, because the crimes of people like Axel Rudakubana are missing one vital element: a political motive. Real terrorists, like the IRA during the so-called Troubles in Northern Ireland, or Hamas today, want to enact political change through violence. This is usually a change of government or statehood. But we know that Rudakubana had no such ambitions. He was just a teenage kid who was obsessed with violence and with despotic figures like Genghis Khan and Adolf Hitler. The fact that he had accessed information about the IRA and possessed an Al-Qaeda training manual does not make him a terrorist, because he did not commit his crimes with an intention to cause political change. Even the fact that he manufactured ricin, a toxin used by terrorists, doesn't make Rudakubana a terrorist, because there would have had to have been a political motive behind its manufacture, and there wasn't. The Prime Minister acknowledged this in his speech when he said that the UK now face a threat of violence by people who are, and I quote, fixated on that extreme violence, seemingly for its own sake. Starmer would have been better advised to say the UK may be facing the rise of aimless violence committed by mentally unbalanced youngsters who have been influenced by the social media, because that is what Rudakubana seems to be. In fact, the Prime Minister may be more guilty of supporting terror offences than Rudakubana, because his words buy into the false narrative that the Southport stabber was a terrorist of some kind, and it was hysteria about this possibility, stoked by lies on the social media, that triggered a series of riots across the UK in the summer of 2024. The fact that Rudakubana was referred to the Anti-Terrorism Prevent programme 3 times, but it did nothing about him, suggests very strongly that he was not a terrorist, otherwise action would have been taken. But Starmer is right to say that there were institutional failures, because if concerns had been raised about an unhealthy interest in violence held by a young man with an autism spectrum disorder diagnosis, then he should have been referred to for appropriate mental health treatment. Perhaps the real problem is that mental health care in the UK has been whittled down to almost nothing by successive right-wing governments, and I include New Labour and Starmer's administration in this. And those governments simply did not care about the well-being of the UK's citizens. So, while a review of the counter-terrorism system is not a bad idea, it should be reviewed on a regular basis simply to ensure it is properly equipped to tackle the ever-changing threat of terrorism. Starmer should have also ordered the restoration of mental health care in the UK. He didn't, because he doesn't care. He is all about punishing people. He has no interest in helping them at all. So this is a worrying time. Starmer is using a shocking attack in which murders and attempted murders took place to change the definition of terrorism, to include behaviours that are not terrorism. He is trying to manufacture fear and terror in us. We must not accept it. Okay, that's all I've got for you today. As I say, please like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully you can see me in the next one.